By the time I left that last class display, the sun had already completely set, and it was too dark to see without the hallway lights. Most students and guests alike were headed to the outside of the school buildings as the last few remaining displays began to shut down. I spent all of today on my own. I actually managed to see Shuichi getting dragged around by the arm once a few hours ago. I guess Hitoka-chan was serious about not letting him go. Well, this is what he gets for ignoring his sister for so long. Still, I wish I could be spending time with him right now. Exiting the building, I see a lot of people huddled around the bonfire. They are stacking the logs all neatly in a square shape, all of them set up very precisely. I guess the point is for it to look aesthetic for the photos. Also, is it bigger than last year's, or is it just my imagination? I guess Shuichi did a really good job of clearing the budget for the festival, huh? Looking around, there are definitely a lot of people here today. I wonder if there are more guests this year than we had last year. As far as I know, no one makes a census of that, so I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. Ah, Yuichi! I hear my name being called and immediately turn around, seeing the figure of a tall bunny hopping towards me with a big smile. Hey there, Saya. I haven't seen you since Monday. What's up? Oh, not much. I've just been going around the festival looking at anything that seemed interesting. What about you? I've helped out a lot at my class's cafe, so I didn't have as much free time as I would have liked. That's too bad. I was free the whole time, but honestly, I didn't have as much fun as I thought I would. Really? How come? Well, everyone else was busy and I kinda got tired of going around alone. Whoa, are you okay? That certainly doesn't sound like you. Even I can want company every now and again. It's not weird. Although it was a specific person's company that I missed the most. Did you come outside to watch the bonfire dance? Or are you taking part? Nah, I don't really have anyone to dance with. I just didn't really have a reason to stay indoors. Unless you'd like to dance with me. Sorry, I already have someone to dance with. Oh, right. Are you going to dance with Keikun? You did dance with him last year. Nah, I'm gonna dance with this guy I've been kinda sorta maybe flirting with for a while now. Besides, Keikun is with his band. Wait. A guy you've been... You have a date? As soon as those words left my mouth, I knew I'd screwed up. I mean, wow, good for you. You have a date. Nice try. Ooh. For my indiscretion, I receive a swift punch to the gut. Sorry. Why do you even have to be so surprised? It's not like I've never dated before. I've had boyfriends, you know. Yeah, but you've been single since you and Morisaki-senpai broke up. I kinda expected you to stay that way. It's not like I was single because no guys hit on me. I just wasn't interested in any of them. To be perfectly honest, I have a hard time believing any guy would hit on her. Who would ever want such a violent woman as a girlfriend? I'd probably be completely emasculated if I ever dated someone like her. I guess you'll just have to watch us dance, huh? Oh, sure. Relish my misery. That is so nice of you. If you didn't want me to, then you shouldn't have been an ass. For fuck's sake. I just blurted it out. It's not like I wanted to offend you. Devil woman. I'll just stand by the sidelines and I'll watch everyone else dance. You and your mystery guy, Shuichi and Hitoka-chan. Hey, Yuichi-kun. Yeah? I'm gonna ask you a question, and whatever you say, I'll believe you, okay? Okay. Why are you acting so awkward all of a sudden? Are you and Cho-chan dating? I immediately freeze. I wasn't expecting to get asked this, and point blank, too. My mind goes blank, and for a second, I have a hard time even absorbing what I was just asked. Why are you asking me that? That's such a weird question. It's just that you two have been awfully close lately, so. You know. Tell the truth? To be honest, I have no reason to hide this from her. Saya is my oldest friend, right up there with Shuichi. And he even said it himself that she already knew he had feelings for me for a while. Of all the people I know, I think she's the most likely to be supportive of us. We are, yeah. Really? Oh, that's so great. I'm so happy for you guys. She suddenly tackles me, wrapping her arms around me in a tight, bone-crushing hug. Ow, 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 ow. I get it. Please let go of me. Oh, sorry. Still, that's great news. I've known he's had feelings for you for so long, but I never thought anything would come out of it. I only found out about it recently. And I didn't even know I liked guys until then. To be honest, I'm still confused about the whole thing and not so sure about how it works. You're overthinking it. It's not that different from normal. Falling for someone is always the same. The only difference is what they have between their legs. Do you really have to put it that way? What? It's true. You're so not ladylike at all. Oh, man, I have to go congratulate him later. Aren't you a bit too excited about this? Oh, come on. If you two are dating, then Shuichi must be really happy right now. And in such good timing, too, considering his team lost this weekend. You're probably the only reason he can be cheerful right now. I hadn't thought of that. It's not all good. I kept wishing I could spend time with him during the festival, but he's been so busy. We've only seen each other 2 or 3 times since the weekend. That is a bummer. I guess you must be really upset that Hitoka-chan is dragging him around, huh? Yeah. Still, I wish you guys all the best. I hope it all works out between you two. And I swear, if you do the same thing to him that you've done with your ex-girlfriends, I will castrate you. Roger that. Anyway, I have to go. Talk to you later. Scary. Saya-chan, you're too scary. The bonfire is lit, and the people around it all take a step back to avoid standing too close to the flames. I watch the orange flames crackling and dancing around high in the air. The heat against my face is pretty comfortable, even if it's a little bright. Little by little, people start forming a wide circle around the fire, separating themselves in pairs. Be they friends, lovers, whatever, there are lots of people beginning to dance together. It's something I've never really taken part in during all of my years at school. I never really saw the point. I always thought it was a silly little thing. As people dance around the bonfire, going in circles, I spot Shuichi and Hitoka dancing. I wave at them, and the two seem to spot me too. Hitoka-chan waves enthusiastically at me. Shuichi, on the other hand, looks at me with a scrunched up face. I can't really tell what he's thinking. Maybe he also wishes he were dancing with me? It'd be nice if that were the case. They disappear behind the bonfire again. It's weird how entrancing and weirdly rhythmic this whole thing is, even though people are all doing their own thing and no pairs are synced up with each other. It almost looks like a wave going to and fro. I have to admit, it's kind of fun to watch. When the circle goes around again, I see Shuichi and Hitoka have disappeared. I wonder to myself what happened to them when I see the two walking my way. And did they give up on dancing already? I know Shuichi has 2 left feet, but he can't have been that bad that she just called it quits. What are you guys doing? Gave up on dancing already? I already had my fun. Besides, I'm not the one this idiot wants to dance with. Huh? Sorry, Hitoka. I promise I'll make it up to you later. Whatever. Go dance with him if it's that important to you. Just don't blame me if he's not as good a dancer as I am. She chuckles, poking me in the ribs with a haughty smile on her face. Wait, what are you guys talking about? You. Would you dance with me? What? Seriously? I know it's not uncommon for friends to dance together, but there are very few guys dancing together. The underlying question is pretty clear. Are you sure you want to do it in front of all these people? Speaking of what I personally want, yeah, I'd love to dance with him. But what if people think something's up because we did? Hell, I need to stop overthinking things. How did Hitoka even agree to this? There's no way he told her about us. Otherwise, she wouldn't be in such a good mood. I don't mind if you don't. The look on his face, his eyes looked at me almost pleadingly. Like he were to say, please, dance with me. Shuichi raised his hand, offering his open palm to me. I swallowed a big chunk of saliva, trying to work up the courage to take it. Oh, stop dawdling already. Otherwise the dance will be over and you'll have gotten nowhere. Ah! She gives me a strong slap on the back, and that makes me jump forward. Shuichi smiles warmly at me, his eyes silently encouraging me to accept his offer. I can't believe he actually asked her to let us dance together. He's such an idiot. What if that had clued her into us dating? Really, what a reckless idiot. Are you sure about this? As sure as I'll ever be. God, his eyes are so beautiful with the light of the bonfire shining on them. I raise my hand to take his, deciding to forget about being cautious. I'll just do what I want to do right now. After all, this is our last year. This will be my only chance to do this with him while we're still students together. I grasp Shuichi's hand with my own. His hand is soft and warm and even a little clammy. I can feel my heart racing in my chest. God, this is so embarrassing. Still, I'm okay with that for now. Thanks for indulging me. I think I should be saying the same. I laugh, suddenly feeling really bold. Shuichi smiles at me, his bright green eyes shining like gems, all their warm affection directed at me. Come on, let's join the circle. Shuichi leads me towards the circle of students dancing together. My ears twitch and my whole body shudders under this sudden heat. Still, the heat of the fire gently envelops me, its bright light tinting the ground beneath us orange. We slowly dance around the circle. I try my best not to be awkward, but it's no secret to anyone that I'm not a dancer. Despite tripping a few times and making total fools of ourselves, the two of us laugh and smile the whole time. Shuichi wraps an arm around my waist, squeezing me tightly and fondly. I enjoy the feeling of his hands on me far more than I thought I would. It's weird. Over this past week, I've had many times where I had doubts or felt confused about my feelings. I felt uneasy, uncertain, and worried about how things might end up between us. But every time we get close like this, I forget all those thoughts and just enjoy myself. Far more than I felt I could doing things like this. Even if it's simple and silly, spending time alone together makes me happier than I thought it could. I'm glad he asked me to dance. and I'm glad I agreed to. You look pretty cute with that look on your face. Shuichi leans his snout close to my ear and whispers it to me, a big, handsome smile on his face. I feel an urge to kiss him then and there, but I stop myself. It's not something I should do in public like this. I get the feeling that every time he kisses me, I become more addicted to that feeling. God, I want us to be alone so much right now. It's so weird to be suddenly feeling that way. Thanks. You look pretty handsome too. I'm glad you think so. Yours is the only opinion that matters to me on that front. My face feels a bit flushed at those words. My ears twitch a little from the embarrassment. Smooth talker. I wish. Maybe if I were, I would have managed to get with you earlier. Somehow I just don't see that happening. Hey, it's not like you're so smooth either. And you're also a terrible dancer. The same goes for you. I subtly kick him on the ankle, making him wince and laugh at the same time. Ow! You're kicking me now? You're lucky we're in public, otherwise I'd make you pay for that. I'm not afraid to take you on, big guy. I'll keep that in mind. Shuichi squeezes my hand tighter. I can barely feel the warmth of his body amid the heat of the fire, but nevertheless, it's still there. It's a very comfortable, nostalgic feeling. Now that I think about it, he's always looked for an excuse to hold or hug me whenever he could. When I think about it, those memories are far more precious to me than I thought they would be. I think I might be falling for him pretty hard. It scares me just how easily that happened. Stupid, handsome Shuichi. I barely noticed time passing by. In fact, the dance was over all too quickly. Part of me feels like I wasn't able to enjoy it at all. I'm walking home, quietly watching the stars above, humming an old song while I do so. You seem to be in a good mood. Shuichi speaks up from beside me. I feel his hand brushing up against mine and the swooshing sensation of his tail wagging behind me. Of course, I'm dimly aware that mine is wagging just as much as his. It feels peaceful. I am. We reach my house all too soon. Suddenly it feels like these walks home that I used to find so dull and long have started to go by pretty quickly. I wish they were even longer. Thanks for walking me home. You don't have to thank me. It was my pleasure after all. I hope Hitoka-chan wasn't too miffed about it. She lives in the opposite direction, and so far away that she needs to take a car to get there. She's my sister and I love her, but there's no way I'm walking for an hour and 20 minutes to take her home. Did you call a cab for her? Yeah. Besides, if I walked her home, I would have no excuse not to come inside. I still feel a bit awkward about seeing my mom. Why? I don't know. Part of me feels guilty for not going with her during the divorce. I haven't been around to see her in a while. That's the first time I've heard of this. Why did you never tell me? I didn't want to worry you. But then again, after seeing what you did during Dad's birthday party, I think it's better if I explain my reasons to you. Otherwise, you might just show up with my mom out of the blue one day. You're never gonna let me live that down, are you? Not a chance. He takes a quick look around to see if there's anyone nearby before giving me a quick peck on the lips. Man, I wish I could stick around a little longer. So do I. I kinda have an idea. Could you ask your dad if he'd be okay with you spending a night here during the weekend? He's allowed that before, so I don't see why he wouldn't now. I can try. He's been in a good mood lately, so now might be a good time to ask. That's great. Mom will be traveling to a neighboring city to help on a case, so it'll just be us two and Aki. Not like I have any problem spending time with your mom. Misaki-san seems to like me a lot, too. I wonder how much she'd like you if she knew you were my boyfriend. That is a fair consideration. I have no idea. Still, it's nice to hear it. You calling me boyfriend like it's no big deal. Yeah, I know I can be awkward and a little slow at dealing with things, but I've been feeling a lot more comfortable with it these past few days. But then again, it's only been a week, so it's not like I've been super slow to get used to it. To be honest, things have been going much smoother than I expected. A part of me totally thought you'd have broken up with me by now. That's not a nice thought. Don't think things like that. I try not to. It just comes to mind when I'm distracted. You come to mind a lot when I'm distracted. So, I should probably get going. If I stick around too much, I won't want to leave. Hell, I already don't want to. That's fair. I hope I'll get to see you again tomorrow. You bet. I watch him disappear into the nearby turn, silently wishing he could stay a little longer. God, is this really what falling for someone is like? It's such a weird feeling. But I still like it. I pace back and forth nervously around the living room, unable to bring myself to relax. For some reason, I feel really uneasy. The last message Shuichi sent me was on Thursday after he got home from the festival. Good night, talk to you tomorrow, was all he said. For some reason, since he didn't say anything afterwards, I've been worrying the whole time. Are you waiting for the mail or something? Aki turns around on the couch and climbs on his knees, his head peeking atop the back of the sofa. What mail? It's a Saturday. He shrugs. I don't know. Some high-priority delivery go out on Saturdays. While that's a fair point, this isn't the case here. How am I supposed to know? You never tell me anything. Right. I guess that's a fair point. So, what's going on? I tap on my phone screen for a few seconds, never really doing anything with it or typing anything. I merely contemplate how much information I want to give, if any at all. The last thing I want to do is to say or do something that might alienate my little brother. Well, I had invited Shuichi to spend the night here this weekend, and he said he was going to check with his dad, but... What? Well, he hasn't said anything since Thursday, and I'm afraid he might have had a problem with his father or something. Is that it? Yeah. I kind of expected more of a reaction. For some reason, I feel a little bit miffed. I wouldn't worry so much. Shuichi's dad is strict. He might have just done something that got him grounded. Isn't he a little bit old for that? You never know. And some people operate by a totally different set of rules. You can't rule out the possibility. Besides, Shuichi even has a curfew, and a really strict one. Even my curfew is less restrictive. That's also a fair point. God, I hate it when he makes good points. I don't want to be proven to be irrational for worrying, damn it. I need a break from my own mind. Still, I wish you told me sooner that he might show up this weekend. Oh? Why's that? Some of my friends were bugging me about organizing a gaming night, and since I didn't have anything better to do, I agreed. Now I won't have the chance to spend time with Shuichi-ni. Oh, sorry. I guess I forgot to tell you. It's not like I had plans to hide it from him, but I'm not gonna lie, part of me is relieved he's not gonna be home. Given how handsy Shuichi has been getting lately. What am I thinking? We're just gonna have a regular sleepover like we usually do. Mind, get out of the gutter. When do you leave for the sleepover of yours? At 1 p.m. They wanted to do a movie marathon before we started playing games overnight. Aw, my little kid brother is finally gonna spend his first weekend without studying. I'm so proud. That's such a weird thing to be proud of. You're a weirdo. Hey, is that really how you respond to someone complimenting you? How rude. Hey, you don't have to pout like that. I'm just joking. Well, mostly. You used to be so cute. What the hell happened to you? Why are you staring at me like that? It's creepy. Staring? I'm not staring. I'm perfectly normal. Sure. Whatever you say. My facial expression can't be that obvious, can it? By the way, Aniki, can I ask you a question? It's kind of personal. I don't see why not. What is it? So, I know you don't exactly have the best track record with dating, but how do you let someone know you like them? What? You mean how you tell a friend you like them, right? Like, in a friend sort of way, right? You know that's not what I meant. What I mean. But, you're my little baby brother. You can't be having these kinds of thoughts already. I'm not ready to have the talk. The talk? Well, you know, when you start getting a bit older and go through puberty, you start finding yourself having these urges. Sometimes your penis might even... What? Stop! I don't need to hear all that stuff from you. I already know about all of that. You do? Yes. We live in the age of the internet. Besides, we have sex ed in school. You're using the internet to look up that kind of stuff? That's what you got from that? Give me a break, okay? I don't know how to handle all this. I just want to know how to tell a girl I like her. I don't need all this extra stuff. You just... do? That's not helpful at all. I was more looking for... I don't know. Something sweet and cute that I could do to let her know that I think of her that way. We talk pretty often, but I think she sees me as just her friend. I don't think she realizes how I feel. Look, Aki. Grand gestures are cute and all, but that's a thing for movies and romantic fiction. That sort of thing rarely ever works in the real world. Really? I'm afraid so, buddy. Sometimes you just have to muster the courage to spit it out. Just make sure you do it in a way that she doesn't feel pressured or uncomfortable. That's a lot harder and scarier than I thought it'd be. Maybe I should just forget about it. Honestly, I wish you would. Yes, it might be horrible for me to say so, but I really don't want you to be dating already. Please stay small and cute and innocent for a little while longer. Thanks for trying to help, at least. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't be more help. That's a lie. I'm not the least bit sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna go get ready. I'm leaving in an hour and I need to shower. Sure. Did you get Mom's permission before she left? No. Feel free to do so in my place if you want. Hey, that's not how things work here. If you don't have permission, then I can keep you from going. The threat would be much scarier if you hadn't made that same bluff tons of times before. I swear, no one takes me seriously around here. Eventually, I've taken to sitting on the couch while waiting for some kind of response. Now that hockey is gone and I'm all by myself, I have nothing distracting me from worrying about the lack of messages from Shuichi. He usually messages me every day, even more so after we started dating. I'm not used to him going for this long without answering me. God, I need a hobby. Coming! Why is someone knocking on our door all of a sudden? Was someone supposed to come over today? I don't really remember. There's another knock on the door, and this time I respond with a little less patience. Yeah, I'm coming! Calm down! I unlock the door, cracking it open just a smidge to see who has been knocking, and I see a tall blue husky staring down at me with a goofy smile on his face. Shuichi! Good afternoon. Sorry to just drop by without a word. No, that's alright. Come on in. Shuichi walks along with me, putting a hand on my head and lightly petting me as we make our way to the living room. Wow, the house is really quiet. Is no one else home? Nah, it turns out Aki's scheduled to spend the night at a friend's house, and they're gonna be doing a movie marathon or something. Oh, that sounds like fun. We should do one of our own. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. He's acting so casual. Even though he's left me worried, he's acting like nothing is happening. Maybe I'm just being unreasonable, but it's not like Shuichi to be like this. He usually always apologizes whenever he goes long without contact. He knows I'm prone to worrying, and he's always been so mindful of it. I don't want someone I care about just going away suddenly again. If you don't mind me asking though, I was a bit worried about you. How come you didn't message me after the festival? That's not a big deal. Are you sure? Your face doesn't look like it's not a big deal. I just had some problems. Nothing major. Uh-oh. I'm already familiar with this game. There is 0 chance I'm gonna hear that and we'll just drop it. What happened? Can't we just let it go? It's not important anyway. Are we really gonna start our relationship by keeping secrets from each other? That kinda hurts. Now you're just playing dirty. I'm not gonna lie, I totally stole that line from a random TV show. I just want you to be honest with me, that's all. If it really isn't a big deal, then you have no reason to not to tell me. Fine. So, I didn't tell you this before, but after the volleyball finals, I got scouted again. Oh, Saya already told me about this. I'll just act like nothing's happened and I'll let him tell me the full story. By, the Akota Panthers. Uh-huh. Heh. The biggest team in the country, huh? Let me guess, you're gonna say no. Huh? I expected you to have more of a reaction. Oh, sorry. Let me try again. Oh, wow! The Panthers! No way! When was this? What did you tell them? Shuichi stares at me with a dissatisfied look on his face, clearly annoyed at my reaction. I take back what I said. I prefer the earlier reaction. You get what you asked for. Now, please, continue the story. Yeah, sure thing. Anyway, like I was saying, I got scouted by the Panthers and, well, I guess I didn't really give them an answer then. I still had what you said to me in mind, I guess. I couldn't bring myself to say no. I have to admit, I'm happy that you were considering it. I don't want you to have to give up on your dreams. I want you to be honest with yourself about what you want. It's not that easy. You have an entire support system built around encouraging you to chase after your dream of going pro. I don't have that. You don't have to feel bad about it, though. It's not like it's your fault. Either way, the real issue is my dad. The scouts showed up yesterday morning while I was still asleep, so Dad was the one that saw them. I hadn't told him about them showing up. I usually always tell him when I turn down an offer because it makes him really happy. But since I didn't turn it down, I thought I'd just keep it quiet. He wasn't happy about that. What? He can't be that unreasonable, can he? Shuichi merely stares at me with a sad smile on his face, as if he didn't want to say anything bad about his father, but at the same time not being able to bring himself to disagree with me. I feel a tightness in my chest when he looks at me like that. What happened? Well, he was pretty mad. Said he couldn't believe I was hiding things from him, that he thought he raised me better than that. Isn't that ridiculous? He'd throw such a fuss over such a small thing. I don't understand. Up until last week, I thought you weren't pursuing volleyball because you didn't want to. Now that I know it's because of your dad, it makes even less sense to me. Why would he be so against it? It's not a nice thing to say. What isn't? Shuichi smiles mournfully. By now, it's already become easy for me to spot when he's hiding his true feelings from me. It's so weird. This smile of his used to be so good at deceiving me before. Why is it that now I can see how fake it is so easily? He doesn't like athletes. Says they're all overpaid circus clowns, among other things that aren't nearly as nice. He hates the idea of me pursuing sports as a career. Says I'd end up as a drug addict when the fame went to my head. Can you believe he'd say something like that about his own son? What? That's ridiculous. Professional athletes are well-respected members of society. There's nothing wrong with being an athlete. Yeah. Not only that, it's not like the athletes themselves decide on how much they'll be paid. Payment depends on how much money they make for their sponsors and teams. There's no conspiracy to overpay them or anything. Yeah. And he's known me for 12 years now. He knows I've always wanted to go pro. So does that mean he also thinks I'm gonna be some future drug addict with no future? Yeah. I don't even know what else to say. I can't believe Takahiko-san would hold such bad opinions of me and other athletes in general. And Shuichi was forced to grow up listening to this his whole life while secretly dreaming of going pro himself? That's just too cruel. He said that since I was hiding it from him, then that must have meant I was considering it. I tried to deny it, but I guess he saw right through me. I'm not a very good liar, huh? So we tore into you for considering going pro? That's... I want to say it's ridiculous. I want to scream about how awful it is. I want to call Takiko-san every name in the book. But I know that even if Shuichi's upset over this, if I did that, I would only end up hurting Shuichi even more. It's strange. I had been feeling kind of confident in myself thanks to you, but all of it is just gone now. I feel just as useless as I did before. You're not useless. Don't you know just how many people rely on you? No one would do that if you were useless. I'm not so sure. He looks so utterly defeated. What can I even say to him when he's like this? Look, your dad doesn't know what he's saying. There's no point even listening to him anymore. It's not that easy, you. He's my father. So what? He's already proven himself to be a biased jerk who doesn't care about tearing you down for having different plans for your future than he does. He just wants what's best for me. You can't seriously be trying to justify him. If he wanted what was best for you, then he wouldn't say such hurtful things to you. He had to. I'm a real big idiot, so it was the only way he could get me to listen. Shoichi, stop trying to cover for him. You don't get it, okay? Stop trying to stick your damn nose where it doesn't belong. We both seem to be equally shocked. Shuichi just raised his voice at me. I never thought I'd see the day where something like that would happen. As soon as he realized it, all the fight drained out of his body and he took a few steps back, slumping onto the nearby couch. Sorry. Shuichi muttered a weak apology, his voice incredibly soft and meek. I walked up to him, taking a seat right at his side and wrapping an arm around his waist. It's okay. No harm done. I wonder if I really mean that. You know, I've always hated that about you. What? I pull away, shocked at these sudden words. Shuichi hates me? I'm very confused now. You're always so disgustingly confident and positive. You try to put everyone up to your standards without stopping to think that maybe not everyone has as easy a time as you. What do you mean? You know, I really used to hate the word genius when I was younger. I thought it was nothing more than a way for people to dismiss others' hard work and make themselves feel better about it. But growing up next to you was hard. Sure, I saw how hard you worked to reach your objectives, but I never slacked off either. Not once. I kept working harder and harder and harder and harder because if I slacked off for even just a second, I'd get left behind. I kept working hard until I felt like I was drowning and I could barely remember what I was working so hard for. But even then, you were always so far ahead of me, it hurt. Even now, when you're barely putting in any effort into anything, I can barely manage to match you despite doing my best. I really grew to hate how you could be so positive about everything when you were so incredibly blessed in everything. Academics, sports, you name it. It took me years of constant effort to get where I'm at, and yet I got to watch you doing just as well, if not better, while constantly skipping class, slacking off, and just taking it easy. It sucks, you. I feel like at any time you could leave me behind and I'd have nothing left. It keeps me up at night thinking about it sometimes because the thought is just so scary. Even when I wanted to cry from frustration, you were the only thing keeping me grounded all these years. The thought that you might one day leave me behind because I can't catch up is terrifying. I don't know where it came from, but the words keep pouring out of the husky's built frame. His shoulders begin to quiver as he continues to talk, going on and on like a dam has burst. His words go around in circles, making the same point over and over as he doesn't seem to even know what point he's trying to make. I guess that's because he's not trying to make a point. He's spitting out years of frustration and anxiety that were bottled inside. To be honest, I don't know what to say. I'm stunned by the sudden revelation that it is merely thrown at me, giving me no time to react. That my best friend has been feeling this way for years and I didn't know. I feel ashamed for myself for not noticing. Eventually, Shuichi runs out of words. He merely stares at his feet, his head hanging down and his ears twitching. I feel like I should speak. Say something to break this weird atmosphere. But words don't come to mind. Instead, I wrap my arms even tighter around him, resting my chin on his shoulder and trying my best to be encouraging. Even if I can't say anything helpful, at least I can listen. Sorry for just springing all of this onto you all of a sudden. It's alright. It's good that we're finally managing to be honest with each other. I'm sorry I never noticed how you felt. If you had, it would have only made me feel worse. But putting that aside, Sho, can you tell me more about this kind of thing? You mean about my dad? Yeah. What other things does he do or make you do? Shuichi? Sorry, you. I'm not saying it's a definitive no, but can we leave this for later? I really don't want to talk about this anymore. I just want to distract myself. Is that okay? Is it that bad? I already have all sorts of horrible scenarios coming to mind. No. It's not because of that. It's just... I'm kinda stressed, you know? I had to do a lot of chores for him to allow me to come here today and spend the night, and we fought a lot yesterday. I wanted to relax and clear my head for a bit. Is that okay? Of course. What do you want to do? I don't know. The obvious answer would be scream, but I somehow don't think that would be an appropriate response. I can get you a pillow to scream onto if you want. I appreciate the consideration, but that's probably not a good idea regardless. Could we play something? I always have fun when we're playing games together. Yeah, sure, of course. As long as it helps you, then there's no reason not to. Thank you, Yuichi. I really appreciate it. You know, I did buy this new survival horror title that came out recently. Oh? I suppose that makes sense. You've always liked horror stuff. Yeah. Either way, I haven't played it yet. Maybe instead of me playing it, we could have you play it instead while I watch? Ah, like we used to when we were kids and you bought that one about the ghost in the mansion that you had to exorcise. Oh, what was the name again? Mortem. Yes, that. It does sound like it could be a good distraction. Engage a little bit of that adrenaline and all. Do you want to prepare some snacks before we get to it like you used to? For sure. Give me a second. I get up, heading to the kitchen, grab a bag of popcorn before quickly making my way back to the living room. Let's get this started. I'll turn on the console. Oh, I think that's good. That's a good place to end this one. We're caught in a midday cycle now. Mm. Heavy stuff. Heavy stuff. I forgot that was there. uh, as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.